Today we're gonna talk about the possibility of Chinese yuan take place US dollars as the reserve currency. First, let's take a look at the last change of reserve currency, which was the change from British pound sterling to US dollar. Before World War I, global reserve of US dollar was almost 0%. The United States sold weapons and other goods in two wars, becoming the world's primary gold-holding country. The position of US dollar raised immediately after World War I. During World War II, the United States started the Bretton Woods Agreement, including 44 allied countries with agreement to convert their currencies to US dollar with 1% parity rate. Since they all used their gold during wartime, US dollar was the only substitute of gold. Soon the US dollar replaced British pound as the dominant currency. Now, back to Chinese yuan. Until 2022, Chinese yuan only counts for 3% of global reserve. Why the rapid economy growth didn't reflect in the power of Chinese yuan. In the real world, economy growth doesn't affect influence of currency. The US had exceeded British economy since 1896, but it still took 78 years for US dollar to replace British pound as world reserve currency. Let's take a look at China export commodities type. Electrical machines and industry equipments together counts for 41.3%. These goods mostly are OEMs for companies in the US, Japan or Europe countries. OEM can only increase GDP but not the country's currency influence. From 2 points above, we can conclude that Chinese yuan still has a long way to go to replace US dollar. From history, the world reserve currency change need major events. It could be a war, a transportation technology improvement or an industrial revolution. A new question comes out. What things really affect the dominance of a currency? Gold could be a criteria for the power of currency. The US has the highest volume of gold possession and dollar is reserve currency for the world. However, when it comes to other countries like Germany, Italy and France, together they have a total volume 8,242 tons which actually exceed the volume of US, but actually the euro reserve ratio is only 21.2%. Gold possession becomes less effective after the first place. Since the end of gold standard, crude oil has become one of the most valuable commodities because of its unique usage in transportation and industry as energy resource. Let's think about future. All of the world are now pushing carbon neutralize plan. Crude oil could be replaced by any other better clean energy. At that time, which countries could first control the supply chain or own it, its currency influence might change. In conclusion, currency itself do not have any value. It all depends on what the country have. US dollar now still has an undefeatable place in the world but not forever.